The screw thing is amazing. Let's try to do that one quick, see if I can do it any better this time. Yeah, it goes right in. You gotta come at it upwards at an angle like that. Like that, I didn't even use a screwdriver for. Hey guys, so this is the new Knipex 1372-8 forge wire stripper. I got it from a website called K-Tool. I tried pre-ordering it from a few different websites before that, but they were already all sold out. So I'm doing this in November of 2020, so I'm not really sure how many they shipped out to the States, but based off of the few different German tool suppliers I was able to find online, I think it's just in the hundreds. So we'll go ahead and open up this puppy. I've been wanting to get a lineman stripper combo for a while, but I'm not really a fan of Klein tools, so I've been wanting to get something that wasn't Klein, and I'm a huge fan of Knipex, but they didn't have one yet. So let's take a look and see. It's pretty greasy. It's good. Knipex typically greases up their stuff, I think, when it gets out of the factory. It's their signature blue and red handles. Like that spring mechanism, instead of physically having a spring so you don't lose that spring, I think they have that little rivet on it. Alright, let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, so let's try this screw thing. So we'll go it seems like it doesn't want to go in there all that well. Oh, I see what I'm doing wrong here, guys. So if you look at the hole, it looks like you got to put it in at an angle. Okay, so that's one thing to note. So if I go at an angle, okay, there we go. So that goes right in. That's probably part of how they pull this off. So you can't come at it just straight in. That doesn't do anything. You have to bring it up high at an angle like that. So if I put that in at an angle, that's the threads on it. Let's see if there's any burrs or how easy it goes in. Use a screwdriver. Yeah, it screws in just fine. So, yeah, you didn't have to file it or anything. It screws right in. Let's look at the wire cutting here. Cut the Romex, pretty powerful. They're very springy, which is nice. I like springy tools like that. The spring on this is really nice. Okay, now let's try stripping. So there's supposed to be these little grooves in there where you can easily tell where it fits, apparently. So we'll go like that. Comes off pretty easily. Then there's also inside the jaw, there's a little thing that they're saying supposed to be able to curl screws. So let's see how that curls. It's actually not too bad. So another thing I was nervous about is how well these curls, but that actually was pretty good. I know that's some of the design flaws of why I haven't really been interested in these either, because I figured how do you curl your wires compared to being able to have strippers. Okay, so that's pretty nice. Now let's try splicing wires. So I'm not going to be super slick at using these things yet because this is my first ever attempt of splicing or cutting screws with it or anything. So this is just all first impressions. Okay, I've never made a splice with one of these combination ones before, so I'm always used to my alignments. So I'm guessing you kind of have to come at it at an angle slightly. Okay, so they definitely, I got 3 12s on here, and it's definitely not as torquey as an actual alignments is, so this doesn't have a lot of torque on it at all. Okay, it's a pretty solid splice though. Like I say, the teeth, I mean, if you look at that size of the wire, the teeth on this thing isn't super wide, so if you're doing, then, you know, I'm gripping on this and it's pretty much just slipping around the wire, so I'm not sure if that's just because these things are so greased up that it's a little slippery, or if that has anything to do with the teeth themselves. I don't know. And if you look at that opposed to my alignment, I mean, the wires turn, not the pliers. So the grip on this is, on the actual alignments, is way better than this thing. Doesn't have the best grip on wires, but like I say, that could be because it's new. So I'd really, what I'll do is I'll probably have to do another review of this in like a year with the same pliers if I don't blow them up, to see how they hold up long term. I love the lock on this thing, holy crap. Yeah, that's what I got so far. Strip's great. Splices so-so. The screw thing is amazing. Let's try to do that one quick, see if I can do it any better this time. Yeah, it goes right in. You kind of come at it upwards at an angle like that. Like that. I didn't even need a screwdriver for. Look at that. It's amazing. It's cat's ass. It's honestly worth the $50 just for this feature. Never having to screw that in. So you saw how quick I did that. Let's do the Pepsi challenge with this thing. So this is specifically my machine screw stripper. I'm sure a lot of you guys use impacts for this part, but oh man. And you have to just kind of screw it out after you're done cutting it, you know. So yeah, quite a bit longer to get the exact same result. There's, I can assure you, anybody curious about buying this thing, that there's absolutely no burrs on the end of those screws after you cut them in, when you put the screw in. You probably just have a really small, skinny blade that makes the cuts, so that way you don't have to file them. Yeah, overall, that's what it is. The 1372-8 Knipex combinations, forged wire strippers, or whatever they're calling them, with a little bit of a splicing jaw. Yeah, I'd say so far I'm impressed. Not super thrilled about the nose on this thing and the jaws. Other than that, I'm in love with it. Thanks for watching.